Rishi, a very memorable few days for you and the team, and some special celebrations as well. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty ecstatic to be fair. I didn't really sleep too much last night, so the boys were on a real big high, and it was really nice to get a great win in a great stadium.
Obviously, from a personal point of view, that 100 must have meant the world to you. Describe that feeling when the ball landed in the Western Terrace and you knew you'd reached three figures.
Yeah, I knew by the connection that it was going to go for 6, so I always just kept my head down. Wasn't worried about where it went. Big relief. I think that was one of the main feelings. Just happy I got there, because it had been a few years, and obviously the 99 as well the last year. So I was really making sure I didn't get to that stage again, and just sort of back myself and back my skills that I'd practiced over winter, and it came off.
Yeah, so does that feel like vindication for you and all the hard work that's gone in across the winter? And obviously you mentioned last season you came so close, couldn't have come much closer at Sussex with that 99, but that hard work's paid off really early this time around.
Yeah, really happy. Obviously the work I'd done with Titch and Nico this winter has really helped, and just feeling more confident in myself. And like I said, early season I wasn't feeling too great. I didn't score too many runs in pre-season, so I knew it was going to be a tough sort of battle against myself, and I'm happy to have come out the other side of it and feeling a lot better now, that's for sure.
Obviously you went to 50 and your 100 with 6s. Is that evidence, the confidence you have and the fruits of your trip to India that really focused on spin in the early part of this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel really confident against spin, and I know it's going to be a big part of us going forward, how well we play spin. And Lewis has been very clear about the way we want to play spin and being nice and positive against all spinners in the comp. And it's a thing about running hard and taking them on and backing your options, and it was those things that I worked on in India, on a pitch that's going to be turning more out there, so it becomes a lot easier when I come here and play spin.
Obviously 389 was a huge ask for the lads. What was the key in the middle to get into that target?
Absolutely, it's always a big total on the last day, especially when they batted for about an hour or so the first morning to get to that score. We were very calm in our method, and we just sort of took it hour by hour, session by session. Great partnership with me and Sol at the top there for the first hour, 70 odd, 80 odd. Going into lunch break set us with a good foundation, and then it was just making sure we didn't do anything silly. The game was never going to be won in the first few hours of us batting. It was always going to be won sort of the last hour, the last couple of overs, and that's sort of the way it planned out. And when you have someone like Pete and Righty at the end there finishing it off, it was great for the boys to get over the line.
Obviously it was a pitch that was largely favourable to the batsmen across the 4 days, but it just started to keep a bit low and a few balls spitting up as well, that invariable bounce, and of course Don Bess getting a few to turn. Was it becoming harder to judge as time went on? Yeah,
I think it was a good wicket. I think it was very nice to bat on. The ball came on as a bit tennis bally, and then the variations did happen, which keeps everyone interested. There was a few balls that jumped, there's a few that kept low, a few started to turn. And it's a great advocate for county cricket in general when both teams are going for the win, and you get to the last over, and all 3 results are still possible. It was just a great game of cricket. Definitely a great advert for the county game. You touched on a couple of your teammates there. We'll start with Peter Hanscom and Colin Ackerman. How enjoyable was it to bat with those two, and how impressive were they in both innings? Oh, absolutely. Pete was so calm, and he sort of knew exactly what to do, and it was just having that experience there. Colin's been with us, I've played with Colin now for a number of years, and again, the calmness he has, the confidence he has. He was ill on the final day, he wasn't feeling too great, and to come out and have a performance like that, it just shows what a great player he is. And he's going to be amazing for us for the rest of the season. I really do believe that. And talking of impressive showings, perhaps didn't quite get the big score, but you and Sol dovetailed really well. Is that the start of a fruitful opening partnership for this season? Yeah, I hope so. We're rooming together as well, so it's nice to have that new relationship and build on that. And we get on quite well. We complement each other really well. So I'm hoping it's the start of something really beautiful, and we can lead Leicestershire to a lot more success together. And I guess one of the most pleasing aspects of that win is that pretty much everyone
in the team contribute at some stage, like of Hully, Rahan, Wrighty, Mikey. You know, is that the beauty of 4-day cricket, that it takes that kind of collective effort to win a game?
I think so, yeah. Like, it was unbelievable to see everyone sort of going about their business. Hully was on debut, like the control he had up top was phenomenal. Rahan is a young superstar in the making, and you know, he's got to find his way, and he knows what he's about, and he's very confident. We all love him to bits, and you know, that 80 odd in the first innings, and it came at a crucial time, batting with Pete, you know, keeping us going. It just showed the character I think we had, and something that probably wasn't there the last couple of years. You know, a lot has been said about how we're going to respond in tough situations, and you know, that yesterday was the best way to answer any of those replies and responses.
And just finally, then, on sort of momentum, how much does this, you know, winning your first game, especially against one of the pre-season promotion favourites, how much does that boost the confidence in the camp?
Oh, absolutely. You know, there are times where you think, oh, should we just take the draw, or should we have gone for the win? But it was absolutely the right decision, and you know, having those players around you who sort of planned it out. You know, we talked in tea, and Pete sort of had a formulation and what we needed to get to, or where we needed to get to try and make sure we win the game. And the key was keeping wickets in hand, and we did it so well. And you know, we have those experienced players coming in now in that batting to help us out, and it's a real great start to the season, and I can't wait for it to carry on.